Shanti, Shanti. Peace inside the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace inside the earth. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Om. When there is peace in my mind, there will be peace on the earth. Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome to the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Cindy. I am one of the practitioners here, and welcome. Reverend Muwada is on his way. He does come from the East Bay, so sometimes traffic just makes his journey here a little bit longer than he anticipated, but he's coming. In the meantime, we're going to start service, and I'm going to do what's called an invocation. It's a prayer to open us all up to receive spirit, to receive that divine guidance, to open our beings and allow all that wisdom and truth to seep in and allow ourselves to become our true selves.
Mm-hmm.
So, just take a deep breath. I always like to start with a deep breath. Just take a deep breath in and release it. And know as you are releasing it that you have breathed in life and that you are releasing life. And that breath is circulating in this room right here, right now, mixing with every breath that was released. And it is becoming one. For we are all of that oneness, that wholeness. There is no separation. We are of God, of that higher power, of whatever name you give that power of creation, that creative energy. You are of it. And it just seeps through you. It radiates throughout your body and it radiates outward, expressing into its fullness. And you bring to it an individuality, a uniqueness, and it loves it so. And so just take that in for a minute. Take another breath and take all that in and release. And as you release, know you are opening up your being right here, right now, for this holy service, for this communion, this connection, this oneness with every soul present. And divine wisdom is yours today, your guide. Our theme today is perfect, whole, and complete. And so as you sit here in service, know that you are perfect, whole, and complete. And every song you hear, every word you hear, every sensation you hear is opening you up to that perfect, whole completeness. And it is beautiful, it is glorious, and it is full of love. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Cindy. It's beautiful.
And Reverend Muwada is here now.
I'm coming with the song. Thank you. Thank you. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, yeah, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. That I have, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this love, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. One more time. One more time. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Morning. Yeah. Beautiful. Charlotte's going to do a reading from us, for us, out of the... Oh, wait, okay, that's great. Come on down.
My voice. Alright, I didn't get to pre-read this, but it's alright. I am being forever in flux, held by chainless reality. That's so much of the spiritual living stuff is all about. I'm forever in flux. I'm not quite the same person I was 10 years ago. My children growing up around me, at times it's like one of these soap operas when a change of actor or actress would occur. A narrator comes on and says, the part of so and the so will now be played by, and that's how fast they change. Wow. I'm nostalgic in this flux because so much is now past, but I am lost. I cannot seem to locate myself in this flux. However, always in my life I've been able to find myself in the changelessness, a sense of timelessness on a morning walk, a sense of connection with spirit, writing down my thoughts, a song that anoints my heart. I'm being forever in flux, held by chainless reality. Now, I'm not saying that there's a lot of wonderful in the flux, but thank God for the changeless. That's what spiritual living is. It is a letting who we are become, not just informed by the flux, but also by the changeless. It's allowing our living to be informed by the changeless. Zen Center founder Shunryu Suzuki, right? Is that right? Very good, maybe not. Nothing you see or hear is perfect, but there is perfect reality.
Great.
There you go.
While we're waiting for Reverend Mulata, I am going to start us with an affirmation. Because you know I love my affirmation. Sorry, Reverend Mulata. I jumped ahead of you. All right, we're on page. Now I can't find it. I had it. My goodness, give me 1 sec. Here we go. So again, our theme for today, our Holy Sunday is perfect total completeness. And so here is our affirmation. Step out. Othering is another word for separation. It comes from a belief that the other person is not as good as us for whatever reason. That's separation. It's time to step out of the status quo and embrace each other because of our differences. So here's our divine affirmation. Everyone comes from one source, God. I step out from the crowd to see the divine in everyone I meet. I am the love of God spreading love everywhere I go. Just take that in and look around for a moment and see that perfect whole completeness in each other, that perfection, that divinity in each other. And we have Eugene Holden, who is a practitioner, to thank for that affirmation. Good idea.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's always wonderful to be here.
It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you. Okay. So, I left my glasses at home.
Anybody have it? There you go.
So when you see my face, I look like this. Wonderful. A gift. Thank you. Okay. So I've been wanting to sing this song, but for some reason it's like, no, not that. So this morning I looked and it said, Spirit said, yes, sing that this morning. Oh, and I can read it. That's exciting in itself. I dreamed of rain. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer, and the winds changed, and the green was easy, and the rivers, they ran clear. I dreamed of summer, and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. John Steiner. There's something about this song, for me, it makes me want to cry for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it just touches my heart. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and the way was easy, and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain is forgotten, and all the debts are clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace
you.
Beautiful.
Well, that's awesome. That's all I can say about that. It's awesome. Someone is looking out for the river.
Beautiful. And all the verses are so beautiful too.
That's just one of my all-time favorites too. So thank you.
Thank you.
We slowed it down
Hmm.
so that I actually hear some of the lyrics better than
Yes.
the way you sang it.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Dr. John Barrett,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
whatever beautiful soul actually left water and ice. That is what's that. But Charlie. That was whoever's Alicia. Of course. Now that makes perfect sense. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, one and all. I'm glad everything is up and running. This is the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living. You know, thank you for being a part of the service today, making yourself available. Tony's in the house. Oh my goodness, it's the 4th of July weekend. You know, it's kind of like not the 4th of July weekend. You know, we like to extend the weekend as much as we can. And I am just pleased to be a part of the service today. It's very humbling to stand up here with you and to share. As honoring as it is, humbling me even more. So let me begin with our weekly affirmation. Never doubt
Never doubt
that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens
that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens
make a difference in the world.
can make a difference in the world.
Indeed, that's all that ever has.
Indeed, that's all that ever has.
And each of us, you and I, are that small group of thoughtful and committed citizens. What are we citizens of? We are citizens of the Most High indwelling and self-existent one that lives and breathes and has his being in and through and as all of creation. Each of us, like who we are and just as we are, is full. It's perfect. It is complete. Why? Because, am I doing that again? We have to rewind all the way to the beginning. Oh, But I want somebody to look up the word perfect for me while I'm here. Somebody can read the word perfect because we talk about whole, perfect, and complete. And it's important to understand we've all been my idea of perfect is always something finished, like the Mona Lisa is perfect. It's already done. You know, there's like perfection is without flaw, without error. Is that correct? Being entirely without fault and defect. So when we say that we're whole, perfect, and complete, are we saying that we are without fault or defect? Because whole means it includes everything. It's not fractured. It's not parts parted off. Whole means, yes.
I just also want to read this one. Thank you. Having all the required or desirable elements, qualities, or characteristics as good as it is possible to be.
Okay, so I would like to read all that back for the people that are not here to hear. But so if you have to say that louder, say that again.
Having all the required or desirable elements.
Having all the quality. I can't even keep up with that.
Having all of the required or desirable elements.
Yes.
Qualities or characteristics as good as it's possible to be.
As good as it's possible to be. That's another definition of perfect. Whole, perfect, and complete. Whole means I'm not missing anything. All of me is here. Even if I are missing an arm, my whole person is always here. And what's left of my body is my whole body. Do you understand what I'm saying? My whole body is my whole body. Whatever the body I'm using right now, that's my whole body. I could say all of me's not here because I didn't grow to be 6'5" like I was endeavoring to be. You know, I said, well, I didn't get all of myself because I'm still missing pieces of myself. No, whatever we have, whatever we're working with, that's all of me. God is always singing a song called All of Me, a Billie Holiday song, Why Not Take All of Me? And that's the problem because God represents in our minds this perfection that is without flaw, without error, And sometimes our lives do not show up in this particular type of perfection, yes? And the theme for the week is the spiritual, not the spiritual, but the perfection of imperfection. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the perfection of imperfection. I know I have it written here. The point I'm making when we talk about the perfection of imperfection, because the gifts of imperfection. Yes, that's weekly. Okay, good. I'm just tripping here. What if perfection isn't the goal? And the reason why that's the question is because we have to look at the word perfection. We like to say, how's it go? Progress, not perfection. Is that we've heard? Progress? We have heard this before, yes? Okay. Well, if we can take the phrase progress, not perfection, and amend it to progress is perfection, then that's the kind of perfection that we are. Progress is perfection. Say that.
Progress is perfection.
That means
That means
when I'm making progress,
making progress.
I am being perfect.
I am being perfect.
That means
That means
if I'm making progress,
I'm making
I
progress.
am perfecting myself.
Perfecting myself.
If I'm perfecting myself,
Perfecting myself.
I am being perfect.
I am being perfect.
This is the definition I want us to work with from here on. That we are continually perfecting ourselves, working in, and it's the image comes, and I mean, I'm not a sailor, and I'm not a pilot, but I've been told by sailors and pilots and those who do these things that it's impossible to sail in a straight line or fly in a straight line because the rotation of the earth and the currents and the wind, and that you're always tacking back and forth to be on your destination. And this is why they measure distances by so many degrees latitude and so many degrees longitude to say where I am on my path. I mean, I'm going this way, but I'm having to do this to get there. Are you with me so far? This doesn't mean I'm off path. This means I'm always correcting my course. Thank you. It's called course correction. Sometimes we've had some course corrections in our lives. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Sometimes we look around and we find ourselves in situations that we did not know we were creating for ourselves. We did not mean to be there, and yet lo and behold, here I am. It's good to remember that even in this place, I am still whole. I'm still perfect. I am still complete. I am not just what's happening in front of me right now. There's more to me than flesh and bone. That's what I love when a Dr. Holmes quotes, there's more to me than flesh and bones. I loved it so much, I said it so often, I actually thought I invented it myself. I was shocked to see it in print and wondering, how did Dr. Holmes go back in time and write this thing that I've been saying that I created all by myself? But you know, there's more. Can you say there's more to me than flesh and bone?
There's more to me than flesh and bone.
What does that mean, someone? Anyone?
There's something bigger than I am, a presence
Yes.
that's always, it's just here.
Okay. There's something bigger than I am that's always here.
Far more than what you can see.
What's that?
I'm far more than what you can
I am far more than what you can see. Who's the you you're talking about?
Myself sometimes.
So then you're saying I am far more than,
I can even see.
I am far more than I can see.
I experience life through my flesh and bone. So those are experiences, and I am more than anything I'm ever experiencing.
I am more than anything I'm ever experiencing. I've experienced life through flesh and bone, and I am more than I'm ever experiencing. Indeed, I feel another one, something's percolating.
Well, the song we sang, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me.
That's true too. What did I hear over here? Soul?
So,
You would pair to explain? I mean, you can leave it there, just soul. I think that gives people an idea, but I thought, I have a soul. I have a soul.
okay.
I do have a soul, and I identify as a soul, not as an experience. We can have an experience, but we don't want our experience to have us. And the experience has us when we decide that what's going on in the experience is bigger than we are, and we know the experience is bigger than we are when we find ourselves being intimidated by the experience. Every time fear shows up only because I'm identifying with what's in front of me. When I go back to my true self, my soul that's within the oversoul, the entire beingness of the Holy Presence, when I identify as this, then I have nothing to fear because I recognize that I am one with the thing that's in front of me. There's something about us that are similar. There's something about this thing in front of me that's resonating in a way, Brother Ishmael would say, what is the learning? It's not what's happening to me.
Yeah.
It's how I'm responding to what's happening to me. What am I gaining from this experience? And some of us had some very awful, horrible, terrible things happen to us, and I'm not trying to mitigate that by saying, some platitude to make it better. I'm saying, you know what? It was just as bad as you say it was. It could even have been worse than you think it was. The question is, have you grown from that, or are you still stuck there? Is that the story of your life now? Is that the story of my life now? Am I always going to be this thing, this weak, pitiful, pathetic thing that went through this thing? Am I always going to be this afraid? Am I always going to be this angry? Is this going to define the rest of my life? Is this what people are going to see when they meet me from now on? Is this what they're going to feel? Is this going to be their experience? Is this the food I'm bringing to the party every single time I show up? See, that's what I'm talking about today. That's what the perfection I'm talking about today. The perfection that says progress is perfection. I am growing. Please be patient with me. God's not finished with me yet. I believe that's a song someone penned. At least it's a saying that I've heard somewhere. God's not finished with me yet. I'm under construction. Can you say I'm under construction?
I'm under construction. I like that.
Can you say I'm a masterpiece in the making?
I'm a masterpiece in the making.
The thing I like about being one with God is I get to have as much vanity as I want. Because I see the divinity in all beings. I get to share that with you. I see the beauty of everything and everybody. Why can't I see it about myself? See, the reason why we've been taught not to think much of ourselves is so that we won't be as powerful as we can possibly be. Because when everybody knows the truth about themselves, when everybody rises into that place where we know that we're all whole, perfect, and complete. Why? Because I'm a masterpiece in the making, that God's not finished with me yet. But God has a divine idea about my unlimited potential, and I'm always living into it with every step, with every breath, with every heartbeat, with every aspect of who and what I am. The divine continually increases its presence in my life. But I don't get that if I can't see that for everybody. And if I can't see that for everybody, then I'm in bondage. Why am I in bondage? Because I'm refusing to be my ultimate self, which is more than flesh and bone. Flesh and bone is where the restrictions are. Flesh and bone is where we draw the lines of demarcation. Where you actually think this body is separate from that body. Dr. Holmes says we exist in a psychic sea of life. This kind of blew my mind in my foundational class, that we're in a psychic sea of life. That we are in a sea, that the atmosphere is an ocean that we're all swimming in. And if the atmosphere is an ocean that we're all swimming in, what does that make us? We're the bottom dwellers in the ocean. We're at the bottom of the ocean. Ask the birds, they'll tell you. Ask what are those birds in Paris that come every night? Swallows or something like that. Anyway. No, they come every night and they bring a mess with them. Every day they're like sweeping up the birds, because starlings.
Oh.
Starlings, yes indeed. And this is why, and I'm not making a political statement here, but we started masking ourselves, and the surgeons mask themselves. We mask ourselves because we recognize that we are all in this soup together. That what happens to one of us can and is happening to all of us. And even if it's not germs we're talking about, we understand the concept of vibrational frequency, and we can walk into a room and feel the ice, or we can feel the joy. What is that? That's connection. That's something that's not separate from us. We're walking into an atmosphere of which we can perceive safety or not safety. Yes?
Yes.
So the idea that I'm an individual is simply not true. I'm an individualized expression of the Most High indwelling and self-existent God. God is individualizing God. God's self, himself, herself, itself, however you choose to identify with this thing called the divine, it is variegating itself in and through and as all of creation, breathing life into all beings everywhere simultaneously, and we are one consciousness. I read this article. I'm going to have to go back and read it. I'm going to have more information on this next week, I promise. But I saw this thing, and I thought I brought it with me. It's just like, man, I had planned this brilliant thing, and then all the stuff that I thought I was going to say, boop, didn't get that there. So, okay, once again, God's in charge. But this part I remember. There's been a recent study, and these two guys, they met in a bar. It's like two, like a neuroscientist and an astrophysicist walked into a bar. And it says, this is not the beginning of a bad joke. I mean, that's the way the article, that's the way the article began. They said, these two good old boys sat down to have a beer and started talking about their jobs and realized that there's similarities in what they're doing, and they went back and started comparing notes, and they reduced the cosmos in structure and kind of expanded the mind in structure. And when they did an overlay, they realized that the structure of the universe and consciousness are pretty much identical. I'm not making this up, people. And they're asking the question, is the universe conscious? And I'm like, well, I could have told you that. Lots of us could have told you that. How could consciousness come from something that's unconscious? Well, it could. I mean, because we like to think that science things just accidentally happen. But what we grow, we realize there's no accidents. Yes? Everything's connected. Everything's flowing from something. Is the universe conscious? Is it conscious of itself? We don't like to think about that. But if you believe in something called God, and God created the universe, well, God created some unconscious stuff too. There's some things that, no. Everything is conscious. I heard a story about a woman went to, I guess she must have been Tibet, one of these wonderful mystical places, and there was a monk there, and they were known for moving stones with their consciousness. And she asked the monk, can you move that stone for me? I want to see that. I came here to see people move these big rocks. And the monk got still for a moment, and he's quiet, and she says, well, what are you doing? She's wondering, he says, I'm asking the rock if it wants to be moved. We're just not out here just moving boulders around because people think it's cute. See, I tell you, I'm a skeptic. I don't believe what my supervisor would say is a Southern expression. I don't believe fat meat's greasy, okay? I have to prove everything for myself. I was in ministerial school, and they had us one day talking to rocks. I got a blue-collar job, man. I'm not going to go back there. Y'all know I'm in this ministerial school. I'm already getting teased because I'm in ministerial school. I'm already getting teased because I like to wear African clothes. I'm already getting teased because my name is Muhammad Rasul. I get teased for a lot. And I'm also not the brightest bulb in the drawer, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have been on trades way longer than me. And so I'm getting teased for a lot of stuff, but I can take it on, man. I can take it. I give it just as good as I get it. But now we're learning how to, they're talking to these rocks in class. And people are having these, one woman, supposedly, I wasn't there, I didn't see it. She levitated, they had to hold her body down. But I'm like, I'm not going back to work telling people I talk to rocks. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not doing it. That was a limitation of my conscience at the time. No, I refused to do this exercise. And I just sat that one out. Because a week later, I'm at a friend's house who's a rock person. She has rocks. She puts them in the sun every day to get their energy. She thinks they feed on sunlight, evidently. I'm like, yeah, right. There's my weird friend Judy. My weird friend Judy, she's just weird like this. But then I bring all my weirdness to her to bounce it off of her and see what she thinks about the weird stuff that I'm having. And she says, oh, no, but the rocks are alive and rocks is. I'm like, oh, come on, Judy. But she's telling me this. I don't believe her, but I do have one of her rocks in my hand. And she leaves the room. So I decide I'm going to try this. Nobody's looking now, you see. I'm not in class. This is my own. I'm doing this in secret. They say Nicodemus came to Jesus in secret. He didn't want people to know. Sometimes we creep up on the knowledge because we're embarrassed to even ask the question. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Our sense of freedom is like I got the rock in my hand. Judy leaves the room. And so I decide I'm going to ask a question that nobody knows the answer to, and this will prove that rocks don't have consciousness. And I ask, what am I afraid of? I'm still a brash young man, and I ain't scared of ghost, beast, man, or devil. I ain't scared of nothing, see? So I thought this was a good question. But when I asked the question, what am I afraid of? Instantly, I mean, there was no hesitation. Instantly, the voice said, you're afraid you're going to be like your father.
Wow.
See, I didn't even know that myself. But it sounded true. I didn't even know this, you see. Now I have more respect for rocks. There's consciousness in everything. You don't have to believe me. You can go out and try it for yourself. Ask the question and sit still and wait for an answer. Because nothing exists besides our own beingness. We're all caught up in this one beingness. They're asking, is the universe consciousness? Why are we asking the question? Because now they can see the brain and the universe are structured in the same way. How did that happen? Freedom. Dr. Holmes said, we believe in the emancipation from all discord of every nature, and this goal is sure to be attained by all. I have trouble with that one. But that's what we believe. The emancipation of all discord, sure to be attained by all, for everybody who wants to achieve that. Because freedom is the right to choose. And we can choose to be in bondage. You know, when they freed the slaves, not everybody left the plantation. Some people stayed. They couldn't imagine a life without a master. They couldn't imagine a life without being, because they've been in bondage for so very, very long. You know people right now that are in a situation they don't have to be in. And you're like, all you have to do is make a different choice. But guess what? We are that person. What's happening anywhere is happening everywhere. And I love it when the Buddhists say that pain is necessary, but suffering is a choice.
Yes.
Suffering is what happens when we won't let go of the pain. Suffering is what happens when we decide that I can take it. I've seen this thing that says, Howard Thurman's back against the wall. You know, some people are back against the wall. They just adapt to being with their backs against the wall. They got a rock in their shoe and they just keep walking. No matter how bloody the foot gets, they just keep the rock in the shoe because they can't conceive of life without it. Declaration of Independence. And the preamble says, when a long train of abuses and usurpations. That must be my favorite part, because I keep coming back to that. See, that's when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. When your back's against the wall and you don't feel like having your back against the wall anymore. Now you're acting because I'm no longer willing to accept this as a reality. It's the day you finally do stand up for yourself on your job and say, I want a raise or I'm leaving. It's the day you do talk to in your relationships that we have to talk about some things because they're broken. And at the same time take responsibility for what I'm doing to create the brokenness. Pain is necessary. Why is pain necessary? Because we seek joy. And if we want to have joy, then there has to be something that makes us know we're joyful. And that which makes us know we're joyful is the absence of this thing called pain. Freedom is not God ordained. But we know what freedom is because it's our birthright to be free. And we wouldn't know what freedom is if bondage was real. So when we experience bondage, something in the human soul, something says there's more to this than what I'm experiencing right now. Yes? So whatever's going on in your life right now, there's more to you than that. There's more to me than this. I'm here for the more. I'm here for that perfection. That, what did we say before about how I'm a masterpiece in the making? I'm here for the masterpiece me. Oh, I love the sound of that. I like alliteration. I get off on it. It just makes me tingle. I like alliteration a lot. And what did I just say about the masterpiece me? Did anybody hear that? We're going to have to re-roll the tape back to get that. A masterpiece in the making, the masterpiece me. I am a masterpiece in the making. I'm here for the masterpiece me. I'm here for the unveiling of the masterpiece of myself. That I am continually sculpting and carving with that course corrections in my life. I reveal that resplendent masterpiece that rests and abides in all of us. And that's the presence of the divine. And the more we shrink, I read this somewhere, I think it was in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. It's like Christ could not help but be the Christ, as the more Jesus stepped out of the picture, the Christ, the anointed consciousness, the oneness had to emerge. The more we stop being who we think we are, the more who we are can be present. We have to stop being who we was in order to be who we are. And who was we? We used to be the person who couldn't sleep without the light on. We used to be the person who was afraid of shadows. We used to be the person who had whatever limitations we once had that we've now overcome. Everybody knows who they used to be, right? Does everybody here know who they used to be? And so whoever you used to be, you've overcome that used to be self, right? But are you still the same self, but just different? Because we still have all those memories. We still have all those experiences. And how we chose to respond to them, there was a time, I'm dealing with my grandson, and I'm telling on myself here, and my dear, sweet, sainted wife, pure Angelina of my life. Yes, indeed. Get him in. Get him in. And my mom's been talking to me about this, too. Like, you're turning into your dad. You're turning into your dad. And I'm thinking, I can't blame this on my dad. I'm worse than him now. Because by the time I was his age, the things he was doing was long gone. They'd been traumatized out of me by now. So my dad didn't have to have these kinds of conversations with me. He didn't have these examples to look at, and he didn't have to come at me the way I've been thinking I need to come at him. But I have to say, you know what, dude, this is your programming. Sometimes programming takes over because we haven't decided and committed to be different in somehow. So I get to say, and beautiful thing is I apologize. I do apologize, and he's so sweet. One time it hurt me so bad that I just flashed on my grandson. I just went, He sat there and blinked at me and cried a little bit, and I went home and I went into the room. Now I'm crying because I feel like I failed, you see. I know there's more to me than this, but the more didn't show up right then. The less showed up. The programming showed up. My fear and rage showed up. And I dumped it on him. So I'm crying, and I'm trying to hide my tears. I'm trying not to cry because, I'm not trying to make my tears about the experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it all about me because I realized I traumatized him. But he saw me crying. And he came up and hugged me and said, "It's okay, grandfather, don't cry." And I realized, see, this is the consciousness that I'm after right here. I'm so busy trying to make sure he turns into something different than what he is that I'm not getting the blessing that he came here to give to me. Sometimes the argument we're having is a moment of surrender and not an argument of victory or conquest. We can't receive the gift because we already know the way things are supposed to go. And if we think the way we know the way things are supposed to go is because we already have it in our mind the way things are supposed to go. And the way things are supposed to go is always a result of programming because God does not operate off of supposed to. God does not care what you think about is supposed to happen. Because if it did, then a lot of stuff wouldn't be happening, isn't that right? Well, God wants to know, can you still remember me through the storm, through the fire, through the chaos? Can you remember who you are? Do you still know that you're whole, perfect, and complete? Can you still call my name and stand in that authority? That's freedom, you see? That's the freedom from all discord of every nature. That's acknowledging that there's something about me that's bigger than the circumstance. There's something about me that's bigger than this moment, and I choose to be bigger. And so I'm looking, I say, I have to look at ways for me to give the instruction from that same place of compassion where, you know what, in spite of the fact that I just dumped my goo on him, he's like, there's more to him than the circumstance. There's more to him than the flesh and bone. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's being my example. Scripture says a little child shall lead them. It's that innocence of the child. It's that vulnerability of the child. That's our superpower. And when we lose the ability to be vulnerable, that means ain't nobody ever going to pull another fast one on me. Ain't nobody ever going to hurt me again. Nobody's ever going to do this to me again. We boast ourselves so that nobody can ever hurt us again. It's a prison. That's a turf we now have to make sure, because I have to make sure it never happens again. I left my mama's house. My mother, the great Saint Reverend, she's a wonderful being, but she can be critical. And I'm sure that's something that comes with motherhood. But my mother mastered it in ways that was way past that. And I think I'm particularly sensitive to it because being ADD and blah, 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 you get corrected a lot and it gets difficult to deal with. I left my mother's house. And I said, no one's ever going to speak this way to me again. Ever. 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 And I went through life. I just draw a line through your name. You talk crazy to me, I don't have to deal with you anymore. I start cutting everybody up. I looked around, I didn't have very many friends. Matter of fact, I didn't have any friends. I'm not getting invited to any parties. It's like nobody, because you know what? I don't need you in my life. If you talk stupid to me, you're done. And I was comfortable with that limitation of myself. I just blamed everybody else and judged everybody else. It's easy to judge the world and make the world crazy, and I'm the only one who knows what they're talking about. I don't know about the rest of you, but it's easy for me to do. Does anybody else have that stellar gift? Okay. I met my beautiful bride. She's nothing like my mother, nothing at all, nothing like my mother. But she does have a tendency to say things I don't want to hear sometimes. She does have a tendency to speak in ways I don't want to hear sometimes. But I couldn't draw a line through her name, you see, because there was something more than my attitude. There was something more than my ego. There was something more than my fear. There was something more than this place where I was going to make sure nobody ever hurt me again, because I was willing to be open enough to be hurt, because the blessing of the relationship was far greater than the pain of the experience. Does this make sense?
Yes.
I'm not saying nothing bad about her. Do you hear me saying that? This is about my evolution. I summoned her because I needed to get past the I'm never going to take this crap again. I'm never going to get past that if I don't find some place or somebody that I'm willing to take it from. And if you're in a relationship right now and you want to know, in order to stay in a relationship, this is gold. Old dude told me this. He'd been married 65 years. I said, what's the secret? You got to be willing to take that stuff. He said it much more colorfully than I'm telling you right now. But if you want to stay together, you got to take the thing you said you wasn't going to take. Because if you don't take it, you won't stay together. The question is it worth being with that person? Do they bring something to the table that you're willing to be uncomfortable in your uncomfortableness? And I had to say, yes, yes. I want the rest of the story. Because if I don't, the story ends here, and that's all I ever got with. And that was the end of that, see? I have a lot of people. That was the end of that. Never saw them again. Childhood friends. Oh, I don't have to take this crap from you. Gone. I'm looking for them now, can't find them. Buried them so deep in conscious they don't even exist anymore on the internet. Pain is necessary for growth. Somebody had to hurt to get you here. Hopefully you had a good time too, but they had to hurt to get you here. And in order to grow, we have to get outside of our comfort zone. That means we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Yes? This is what freedom looks like. And this is about that whole idea about imperfection. Because I'm not here to be a finished product. I'm here to be the best version of myself that I can be in every moment, because I'm never going to be a finished product. I'm never going to be a picture that doesn't change. I'm more of a newsreel that is continually getting more news. That's continually, it's like a blossom that's continually open. They say life is an onion, and you keep peeling back the onions and crying. That's a nice image, but I like to think of myself as a budding rose with unlimited petals that continues to open to greater and greater possibilities and greater beauty and greater grace and greater truth. And I just keep unfurling myself into the divine, rooting myself like that lotus into the mud, into the muck, into the mire of my life, and blessing every aspect of my my beingness and every aspect of the world. The world right now, Howard Thurman says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is people who have come alive, and the people who have come alive are the people who know who they are. And standing in this place, I can bless the entire planet, and the planet could use a blessing right now. But I can't give the planet a blessing if I don't know I'm a blessing. I'm the blessing. I'm here to make a difference. That's what Margaret Mead is talking about. That's the freedom I make, freedom of choice. What's his name? Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response, we have choice. It's the greatest human freedom. It's the last freedom that can never be taken, our power to choose. We get to choose who we're going to be in the moment. I choose to be whole. I choose to be perfect. I choose to be complete. I choose to be a masterpiece in the making. I choose to embrace the masterpiece me, knowing that I'm continually correcting myself to evolve and reveal the resplendent divine nature that's flowing in and through all of life. I want to be the spark of life. I want to be the light of truth. I want people to look at me and see that aspect of who and what I am, and I want to ignite that truth, ignite that power, ignite that light, ignite that spark in all of creation. And that's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm here to be. And damn it, I'm going to stand in this place come hell or high water. I don't care what happens in the world anymore. Don't trifle me with what's going on in the world anymore. I don't give a rat patootie about it. I want to be the truth in the midst of it. I'm not saying those things aren't happening. I'm not saying those things aren't awful. I'm not saying we shouldn't protest this or protest that, but I have enough sense to know that everything that's being protested on this side is being celebrated on the other side. And God don't take sides. If God took sides, somebody would have won already. I mean, come on. So God is blessing the whole thing. I'm an expression. I'm an emissary of God. I'm blessing all of it. All of it. Please don't hear me. I'm not poo-pooing what's going on in the world, saying we should just stick our hands in it and be complacent. I'm saying be in a place that whatever action you do, you're intentional. I'm summarizing Viktor Frankl. He's speaking to the Third Reich at the time. I didn't read he ever said this, but to me, he was saying, you can't make me hate you.
Yeah.
You can't force me to hate you. That's my choice. That's the last thing I have, and I'm not giving it away. I choose to be a loving being. And when I'm in this place, that's where the song Meredith sang takes rule. That's when I pray for rain, and the rain comes, because the rain has always been present. The rain represents the abundance, the calm, the serenity, the peace, the cleansing. I've never been separate from these things. My prayer for these things opens me to the awareness that they're right here for me right now. Glory to God. This is what I live and breathe for. This is a life supreme. This is open for all of us, a living, breathing testament of God, a walking, talking, living, breathing example of the divine. And every person I contact with is ignited by that same idea. And I'm a lightning rod for God. I'm an ember spark for God. Each of us is that. Each of us is touching someone else. What are we touching them with? What are we blessing them with? What am I blessing myself with? I'm blessing myself with the knowledge that right where I am and just as I am, in spite of my flaws. No, not in spite of my flaws, because of them. It's because I embrace my imperfections that I can let the shining truth come through. It's because I'm not afraid to let my imperfections be seen that I cannot be shamed by them. I cannot be damed by them. I'm loving that in that Blue Mile. Was it the Blue Mile? What's that thing Eminem did, that song, that movie? 8 Mile. Thank you. I knew I had it wrong. That shows you how hip-hop I'm not. And so, but he's in this rap battle, and he knew the guy was going to say some things about him that were going to be very disparaging, okay? And so when he went first, he just went up and said all the horrible things about himself first. He just got him, yeah, I'm this, and yeah, I'm that, and blah, blah. And he made fun of himself. Yeah, that's the truth about me. And he said, now what do you got to say? And the guy didn't have nothing else. He didn't have, see, I bear my shame. So I don't have to be afraid of it. And I can't be controlled by it. And I can't be condemned by it. And I can celebrate it because I know the presence of the divine is in that place. Because as Brother Ishmael says, the question is not what happened, but what is the learning? How have you grown? How have you advanced? How have you invested that experience into a greater, more powerful, more beautiful, more resplendent, more free you? Thank you for listening. Thank you for being present. God bless us, everyone. God bless us. And the flowers bloomed in the desert, and the air was crisp and clear. This brings us to our time of sharing. And our time of sharing is an opportunity for us to, I don't know how to say it, it's just like we just keep the good in circulation in our life. It's an opportunity to practice the law of circulation, knowing that everything comes to us in circulation. We're not trying to hoard it. We're circulating our good. Yes, this is a center that operates on tithes and contributions and offerings. We're in a movement that operates in the same way in gifts and bequests. And however it is that you're showing up as a Sunday patron, we're grateful for your presence. If you're showing up as someone who's contributing money online or in person, we're grateful for the regular tithers, the regular givers. We're grateful for the people who show up in service. We're grateful for the animals that bring the beautiful spirit of our four-legged furry friends. And some of them are two-legged, some of them are winged. We're grateful for them. We're just grateful for all of life. And however you show up, grateful for new people who are giving us a second look, grateful to each and every one. So we're circulating gratitude at this time, even as we're doing our divine circulation, our affirmation. Please repeat after me. From a conscience of abundance and centered in gratitude, I generously give. I accept the laws of divine circulation, the gifts of divine circulation. Okay, tell me again. Okay, I'm going to read it. I'm kind of out of that part of my brain right now. From a consciousness of abundance.
From a consciousness of abundance.
And centered in gratitude.
And centered in gratitude.
I generously give.
I generously give.
I accept the gifts of prosperity and abundance.
Of prosperity and abundance.
As I demonstrate.
Divine
circulation in my life.
Divine circulation in my life.
In gratitude I freely give.
In gratitude I freely give.
And grateful acceptance I freely receive.
In grateful acceptance I freely receive.
And so it is. Thank you all.
If you're giving online, it's give@sfcsl.org.
Yes.
give@sfcsl.org, and that's posted in the back here of the room. And it's PayPal and Zelle. Thank you. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering.
And so in gratitude, giving thanks for the tithes, the offerings, the generosity of spirit, of soul, of beingness that each one of us contributes to our community, knowing that collectively we are the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living, and that the giver, the receiver are blessed one and the same, for giving and receiving as one divine circulation of love. And So in that place of gratitude, I receive, I accept, I am grateful, and so it is.
So it is.
Remaining in this consciousness, remaining in this stillness, we move into our time of prayer. And I invite each one of us to simply become still, to sit with not only the words heard today, but the words felt, the embodiment of spirit as the very life that each one of us is living. And so I stand here, speaking the word of truth, knowing that the word that I speak is the word that vibrates within everyone within the sound of my voice. For the truth is that there is one life always expressing itself. One consciousness, one presence, one love. That is the love, that is the consciousness, that is the life of God. God, the magnificent, the divine creator of all existence, has loved itself into beingness as every life, every breath, every heartbeat, every experience. And so easily I accept that I am more than flesh and bone. I am more than anything I am experiencing at any given time. I am the absolute embodiment of the divine expression of life itself. My breath, one breath. Every being I witness is breathing, inhaling and exhaling that same breath that I take. My very heart beating in the fullness and the synchronicity with the rhythm of all life is beating within the being of every being I see and beyond. And so I know that all experiences of past, of present, and those to come, all experiences are here for the full edification of my consciousness. I stand immersed in a place of learning, in a place of learning, and a place of acceptance. And I accept that everything that has ever been said or done, everything that has never been said and never done by any being, including myself, is a complete experience of God unfolding.
Yes.
And so I'm grateful for all of it.
Yes.
I'm grateful for everything that has passed and everything that has never been, because it has created the consciousness that I hold right here, right now, the love that I am unfolding, the truth that I am in progress. All of it is the progress of my life into the perfection that I already am. And so everything that I begin to dare to think I do not like, I do not want, I do not accept, I transform into the fullness of acceptance. 2024 and its perfection, and the perfection of 2025. The perfection of 2025. The perfection of 2025. Because life is unfolding in the fullness of divine awareness. That is all that is ever happening in my life and any life anywhere. And so I claim prosperity, the fullness of abundance, more than enough to meet every obligation. I declare perfection in my body temple, the outpicturing of perfect health. Every atom, every tissue, every fiber, and every function of my being alive with the healing power and presence of God. I declare perfection in relationships, because I am always witnessing myself as this being I may see as another. And so I bless all of it, and I release all of it. Anything that no longer serves me, every habit, every thought, every behavior, and every one that no longer serves me in the highest of my being unfolding. Bless you on your way back into the no thing from which you attempted to emerge. And I stand in the soil of my own perfection. And in this place, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to the God of my own being. I'm so grateful for life's unfolding in all of its manifestations. And in this place of gratitude, I surrender. In this place of gratitude, I release. In this place of gratitude, I let go. And I allow it all to fade into God. And so in that place of deep gratitude and the awareness of truth, in one resounding voice of acceptance, I declare, and so it is,
So it is.
and
So
amen,
it is.
and ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's really lovely. Everybody should be able to stand up here and open your eyes and then see all this beauty.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it,
It's
Wade? And
amazing.
Charlotte? Everybody. Cindy? Meredith? Just to be able to open your eyes and see the beauty of love embodied as every other being, you know? And when you have this consciousness, it's so easy to accept. You can just walk up to anybody and go, I love you. And they're like, okay. Because you know something they may not know. They may know it, but they may not know it, you know? And it's a superpower. I like to, I asked my grandson on the way up here if he could have a superpower, what would it be? And he'd say super fast. He could do everything super fast, including thinking. He got there, kept saying, what else would you do super fast? And he finally said, I would think super fast. So I'd be able to know things right away. I was about his age when it was my brothers and sisters, and someone said, what could be your superpower? And I said, if I could have a superpower, I could look into someone's eyes and I could see their soul. And of course, they all laughed. They thought that was a really stupid superpower, but I have held on to that for all of this time, and I'm telling you, that is exactly what we can all do. We can have that superpower. We can look right into someone's eyes and see their spirit, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. So I want to, with that knowledge, thank all of you for being here today. I want to thank you, Nikki, for what you do, not just here right now but just all of the time, and the consciousness that you bring, okay? That embrace of love that you are. It is amazing to be in the presence of. You know, I want to thank you, Wade Garrett, for reading, for being up here today, and just being in service, and you, Charlotte, as well. You know, the Mashburns as a family. You know, sometimes you see people and you just know these are good people, right? These are people who are embodying service. I want to thank you, Meredith, for being here. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here always. And when you started playing, John, I was like, oh, I dreamed of rain. I knew it was that song. So thank you so much for what you do. Like, what a gift to just be able to, like, I'm putting my fingers right here, and then beautiful music is going to come out. I'm going to open my mouth, and I'm going to sing, and everybody's going to be moved. I love that. I really do. In the kitchen, I know we have Alicia, and I think we might have Michelle. I'm not sure, but we definitely have Alicia and Michelle. Alicia told us on 4th of July that her name means to serve. I was like, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense right there, right? So both of them, who cannot hear us, but I know they feel us when we are with them, because they are absolutely beings of service. And my love, Cindy, oh my goodness, so beautiful. Thank you for your consciousness and for who you are, because you are such a loving being. So I appreciate you very much. And everyone, I appreciate all of you very much. And I appreciate you too, Reverend Mwanta.
it's lovely to be in a place of surrender, to hear you talked about. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like whatever's being said about you. So I appreciate you very much. And of course, our grandson, who has been with us so long that he started saying, I don't remember what it's like at my house with mommy. It's like, okay, that's okay. So, yeah. So, and look at all the little babies here, the four-legged babies.
Four-legged furry bodhisattvas.
Nothing like a dog. I'm telling you right now, nobody loves you like your dog. You know, you can go outside. I told somebody once, I said, you know
But
what,
I
if
tried,
you're,
babe. I
yeah,
tried so hard. I tried, babe. I do.
like, I said, if you're having difficulty accepting yourself, try this exercise. Get up in the morning, go to a mirror anywhere in your house, and greet yourself like your dog would greet you. Because think about that. Dogs are so excited to see you. You can go outside and get the mail and come back in, and they're like, yes, it's you. It's still you. You know, they're thrilled to see you. So I know cat lovers, I'm sorry, but cats do not do that, generally speaking. They may come up and purr and be next to you, but greet yourself like your dog would greet you. And if you don't have a dog, imagine how a dog would greet you. Look at this right here. Just be like that with yourself. Just be like that with yourself and watch your life transform. If you loved yourself like your dog loves you. So, what is that saying? I wish I could be half the man my dog thinks I am. Something like that.
Wow.
Anyway, lots of gratitude to everybody. I want to thank Daniel and BB and
Yes.
everybody who contributed to the 4th of July celebration that was
Incredible.
here. If you had the opportunity to come, it was amazing. It was wonderful. And it's put on my mind that I would like us to begin to do some other activities. Like we used to do Friday night films, right? And we would show movies here, share popcorn, share snacks, and then talk about the films. Sometimes they were just funny, lighthearted, we're really having a good time film. Sometimes they were deep films like Big Fish. And then you talk about the metaphysical aspect of what that movie brought forth. So I would love to start doing things like that again. If anybody would like to invest in helping that to come about and to be manifest, see John, please, or Reverend Muwata or me, so we can begin to do that as a community. Because we are the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living. So thank you, everyone. Are there any other announcements that anyone wants to make? Yes, Cindy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for anchoring that, Cindy. So
So if you haven't come before 10:50, I put a little sign out. I don't know if you can see it, but just a reminder to come in quietly because we are in meditation.
yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
For those who can't hear that online,
Yes, yeah.
you want to repeat it? I could repeat it.
No, go ahead.
So next Sunday, which is I think the 14th, Bastille Day, right? Cindy Rogers is going to anchor the meditation at
Meditation
10:30.
is back.
Yeah.
It's back.
Thank
we
you.
shall continue with this.
So come in quietly
Come in quietly.
at 10:30.
Or else no.
Or anytime between 10:30 and 10:50. Please come in quietly so that you can be a part of that part of it. So Linda Bruno just came in too. I want to thank you
Yeah.
and the Brunos for all that you do, and particularly in our garden and beautifying it, because this is the season to be outside in that beautiful garden of ours. Daniel is still holding boxing at, I think, Saturdays at 10 or 12 or noon, something like that. 10 o'clock. Check the website out.
Yeah.
10 o'clock on Saturdays, boxing and fitness, if you're wanting to invest in that. It's pretty dang cool. Yeah.
And the newsletter that Eve Torquino sends out, you
That
can
Eve
sign up
sends
for it
out.
right back here, email,
If you don't get the newsletter.
and that would have that information on it.
It would check it out. Check it out. And so the last announcement I always want to make is about prayer. If you are wanting prayer at the close of this service, please either see Cindy or myself. We are practitioners, and it is our blessing to pray with anybody who comes to us. The prayer moves through the prayer into manifestation. So you are not bothering us. Please come see us if you're wanting prayer for anything that you would like to release into the consciousness and the body of God.
Thank you.
We will be eating. It's Fellowship Sunday, so those of you that are able-bodied to do so, if you can help, please move chairs and get tables out. If you're wanting to help with that, please see Wade and Charlotte in the back, because they're always mobilizing that to help with that. Tables and chairs. So anybody who wants to help with that, please see the two of them, so that we can fellowship together. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Meredith's going to sing for us again. And a very a classic tradition, well-known piece that most of us know.
It sort of amazes me that when I choose a song, that I'm like, okay, what am I going to sing? Oh, good, blah, blah. And then I choose it, and then what shows up is either the answer that I chose or the reason why I chose the song. So I just appreciate being available to the voice of God. Use me. It's Ricky Ryder's song. Oh, thank you for the glasses.
Yeah, right.
Because I can't see without my glasses. That's another example of God using someone. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. A little slower, a little slower. I used to think that God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, leading us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. I just want to sing, makes all things new one more time. Makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh show me all that I must do. Show me. Show me.
Show me.
I want to hear from everyone.
Show me. Show me.
Show me. We're speaking to Spirit, to God, to Almighty. Show me. It's a request, asking to be shown, because God is all there is, and we are here for the information. Show me. Show me. Show me all that we must do.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Nothing like some show me consciousness. That's when you realize that there's more to me than flesh and bone, and there must be a greater solution than the one I've been looking at,
Thank you.
but you don't see it. She said it's a request. It can also be a demand. I'm like, then show me that. All right? I know it's here, then show me. You know, it's like I'm on the block. I'm like, show me, you know. And God shows me. So nothing like show me, and I want to speak up for cat people. You can't greet yourself like your dog. Curl up and purr with yourself like
Yes,
a cat.
thank you.
Curl
Thanks
up
for
with
throwing
yourself
that
and
in
just
there.
start purring and just hugging yourself. Going,
Exactly.
start stroking yourself and just loving yourself up. Okay? Loving yourself up. Be the voice. Be the divine presence. Thank you for being present. Thank you, each and every one. Thank you for blessing the center, allowing the center to bless. We're about to go into our fellowship, and there's an expression where two or more are gathered. We like to eat, and so and we do it well. And so each and every one is invited. Wish y'all could be here, but you know we are in our hearts. We are blessing you as well. So we leave here today with the divine understanding that in our imperfection, our perfection rests and abides. That progress is perfection. That right where I am, and just as I am a master in the masterpiece in the making. Continuously being blessed, continuously being corrected, continuously being nudged, coddled, nurtured, and suckled in the divine, through the divine, as the divine. With this consciousness, each of us is absolutely certain. Please repeat after me. The light of God surrounds me.
Light of God surrounds
The
me.
love of God enfolds me.
The love of God enfolds
The
me.
power of God protects and watches over me.
The power of God protects and watches over me.
The wisdom of God guides and protects me.
The wisdom of God guides and protects
The
me.
substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains me.
The substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains me.
Wherever I am,
Wherever I am.
wherever I go,
Wherever I go.
whatever I think, do, or say,
Wherever I think, do, or say.
God is.
God is.
And all is well.
And all is well.
And so it
And
is.
so it is.
Amen. Ashe.
Let's gather in a circle for I am the place. Here we go. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. where God shows up. We are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Yes. One more announcement, practitioner after service.